Hi, this is Moon Heart Readings. Welcome to my channel. Hello to all my Indian viewers. Apparently I have a few viewers from India. That's exciting. And congrats on getting to the moon. Okay, so today, this video has been a couple of weeks in the making actually. So I have a new friend who is quite freaked out by the telepathy that exists between us. And so I did say I was going to do a video on why that is. As much as I can see you all love squawking birds, I almost didn't post that video at the weekend actually. I thought it was pretty rubbish, but that's the one that does it. All the effort I put into these videos, and the one that goes, people go crazy over, is a squawking cockatoo. That's the name of the bird. Not particularly musical, Aussie birds don't tend to be, but very clever and very cheeky. So it's a cockatoo. Not much love for the lizard though. What's with that? I thought he was adorable, he or she. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about why that exists. So I'm going to be talking to you about soul ties. So if that's a topic that doesn't interest you, please go and watch something that does, because we'll probably be here for a while. Okay, so I want you to imagine that, I think of it as a spider casting a web. That's just me. But if you just think of a rope, okay, so I want you to imagine that when you find a particular person interesting, doesn't have to be in a romantic sense, okay, it can be a friend as well, just somebody that you find interesting, okay, you, energetically speaking, you throw them a rope, okay, and what happens is, if that person feels the same way, so if it's reciprocal, they will, energetically speaking, catch the rope, okay, and so then what happens is, there is a tie that exists between the two of you. You can't see it, but you can actually feel it. And for any of you who say, think this is mumbo jumbo, think about a car battery. Okay, so a car battery that is fully charged weighs more than a car battery that's flat, and that's proven. Okay, that's not hypothetical. It's proven. So the only thing that has happened is that it's got energy, right? It has energy, whereas the other one doesn't. So you can weigh energy, you just can't see it with the naked eye. That's all. But you can definitely feel it. Everything is energy. So let's say that person, if the person doesn't catch, then it just falls and nothing ever happens. But if the other person catches, then you get a cord, right? And what happens is, now there is an energy, like a communication line. Think of it as a communication line that exists between the two of you. And the more you think about that person and the more that person thinks about you, the more it reinforces it and strengthens that cord, which is why the strongest cords tend to be the sexual cords. Sorry, I don't like, what are you doing? Stop it. It's distracting me, that hair. What was I saying? Don't let vanity get in the way of an important point. My goodness. So sexual cords are the strongest because that is such a powerful dynamic. But at the same time, you can also have a cord with a friend or, a child or just anybody that you have, that you think about a lot. So you don't even have to be in the same room as this person. Just thought travels, okay? So even thoughts will strengthen a cord. But yes, if it's somebody that you're being intimate with, every time you do that, you're also reinforcing a cord as well. And that's a beautiful thing, can be a beautiful thing, but it does have, as I say, there's always a light and a dark aspect to these things. So, for example, if you have two people who are in a relationship, so they're corded together, but then they mutually decide that they have reached what I call thermal equilibrium. Okay, so that's a physics term, but I apply it to people as well. I just find it a little bit fun. I told you I'm a hoot. So what's thermal equilibrium? So why have I just completely lost the name of that? Entropy, sorry, I didn't write that one down. So entropy, okay, entropy, best example of it, and this is not my metaphor, it's Sean Carroll's, who I love. He uses the example of coffee. Okay, so you have a cup of coffee, you pour in the water, you pour in the milk, or the cream as they say in the US, okay, and they mix together, so that's entropy. And then what happens is, fairly quickly, it just stops mixing and it just rests. And so that's the point of thermal equilibrium, okay? Nothing meaningful is going to take place. There's going to be no significant change now to it. And that happens to a lot of relationships. And that would be the point where they say, things have kind of cooled, which they have. They've reached thermal equilibrium, and people will get bored, essentially. And if it's mutual, great, then they both walk away and that cord just eventually becomes nothing. It loses its tension. But the problem is when one person, so if you decide you want to walk away, okay, and the other person doesn't want that, okay, in the physical sense, you walk away, you both part ways, assuming the other person's not like like a crazy psycho. They do walk away reluctantly, but what happens is you can't fool the soul. So if their soul is still attached to you, and this can go on for years and you'll have no idea about this, they may not even know, because they might have fooled their mind. They might have told themselves they're okay, but in their unconscious, they're still holding on to you. So the soul, the cord could still be there. And the problem with that is that whatever they feel or they're going through is still, they're still going to be sending you signals, and you'll have no idea. And you might just wake up in a really foul mood, or just feeling really lethargic for no reason, or feeling really defeated, and that's not like you. Feeling all sorts of, just overwhelmed with emotions that are not yours. So that's the thing with cords. That's the dark aspect to them. And if you do suspect that you are potentially corded to, we quite often go about our lives with cords all over the place, so some stronger than others. But if you suspect that you do have a situation where you might be corded to somebody or a few people that you don't want to be anymore, please jump onto my website, because that's one of the things that I do, and I've actually been very, very successful in uncording people, and you'll notice a difference. You just walk around feeling a lot lighter. The other thing I want to quickly say as well is, and I'm going to be touching more on this in my next reading, where I'm going to be going into timelines. So not all cords are created equally. Some are much stronger than others. And that's where you have situations where, for example, ethics can come into it. So the first one that comes to mind is always Paul Newman, old Blue Eyes, love him. So he was actually married when he met Joanne Woodward, who turned out to be the love of his life. And he did try to fight it for years, until eventually he realized that, actually integrity is not lying to yourself and lying to everybody. And, he did what he had to do. And then he was happy with Joanne Woodward for the rest of his life, never cheated on her, famous for saying, why go out for burgers when I have steak at home? So, the old adage that, if somebody leaves someone for somebody else, then they're going to do the same again, does not always hold true, because not all cords are the same. Same thing happened to Johnny Cash and June Carter. So I just felt the need to say that might be for somebody. But yeah, okay, let's see. I think that's everything I wanted to say. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I did talk about the reptile. Yeah, go check out my little lizard. I think he deserves a little view, and it goes for 6 seconds. He's so cute. Anyway, okay, let's get a message for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Healer. Okay, so I did say, oh, okay, sorry, delayed reaction. Yeah, I'm not always going to get the message straight away. Sometimes it's like, bang, but yeah, healer. Okay, I did actually just say to you a moment ago that if you feel you're in that position, please check out my website, because that is actually what I do. So I don't know if you can see that, healer. Yeah, that is one of the things I do. I do many other things, but cord cutting is a huge one, because can you imagine, these cords have weight to them as well. And I was corded to quite a few people. I systematically went about and cutting them all. I don't know, cutting them all. It didn't take that long. There's not that many cords. But yeah, I feel much lighter now having done that. Oh, look. Oh, healing. That is the flavor of the day. Embrace your divine right to heal. So this is going to be for somebody. Yeah, it's going to be for somebody. So please, you know where to find me. It's Moon Heart Readings, but it is there in the description box as well. I'm not sure. Should we get another one? You know what? If the other one doesn't resonate, I'm just going to cut the video here. So have a great day. Because I'm not sure. I'm on the fence about whether to pull one or not. But just in case, it's a good one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh, I'm glad I pulled it. The karmic trench, which was a term I used in my last reading, actually. The karmic trench. Yes. So we often do have soul ties with people that we have shared karma with. And sometimes it's something that we have to go through. But once you've actually, your karmic contract has been fulfilled, that cord should not exist anymore. Okay, it's kind of like keeping old food in the fridge. Just chuck it out. So it actually, I'm glad I pulled that. Okay, I think that's it for the day. Have a great day, and I will see you soon. Check out my lizard. Bye.